Good evening, folks. It's Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics. No, we did not cancel the show.
Freddy wins.
Good evening, folks. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Happy Thursday. Tonight, let's take a look at the Hector Santiago incident. And how does that relate to Judge Karen Best? Good evening, folks. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. And your text messages and your false CPS reports are not going to work. They're not going to work. They're not going to work. I want to let you know that because I know you're watching. You guys watch. Thank you for supporting and watching Basement Politics. Even you, the fake CPS callers, the false CPS reporters. Tonight, I want to talk about the Hector Santiago incident and what happened outside of the city council chamber the night of the term limit vote. You remember when Tasha Diaz, the majority leader, was calling Latino constituents beggars? Beggars, beggars, beggars. That's right. Let's take a look at it. And I want to know your opinion. Who is the majority leader? Tasha Diaz. Take a look at her. That's Tasha Diaz there with Lorraine Lopez. By the way, a homeless man is charged for robbing a victim at gunpoint in Yonkers. Did you guys see this? I mean, if you're homeless and you have a gun, guns are expensive. Keep speaking up. I will. Thank you. They're not going to stop me with the fake CPS reports and the calls, the text messages, and I'll read those toward the end. Hi, Freddie. Happy New Year. Stay strong. Thank you. A homeless man had a gun. You know, I always say in joke, I say, I see everyone have a phone. Even homeless people have phones. And they have guns too. Just wanted to share that. That's incredible. Folks, this is Hector Santiago. He is a resident of City of Yonkers. He's been involved in the community for a long time. I met Hector Santiago when someone had suggested I reach out to him if I wanted to get more involved in the community because of what we learned with false CPS reporting. And we said something's got to be done. We have to be vocal about this, and so we reached out. We met Hector, and he's the gentleman that started the Stop and Shake program here in the city of Yonkers, which encourages, good relationship between the Yonkers police and the city of Yonkers, the residents here. You can see in the background there, actually, Yonkers PBA President Keith Olson. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can make the picture big. I'm sorry. That's how big I got it from the internet. But it's important to mention that because Hector Santiago, he started a program to build good relationship with the Yonkers police, right? And the community. And so you think this is the last guy that would have this issue with our police officers, but even more so with this specific police officer. Because when I saw the video, I said, no, not Officer Kilgore, right? Detective. He is on the Yonkers mayor's detail. He's a good guy, from what I hear and from what a lot of people say, he's a good guy. And so I'm not sure what happened here, right? So let's take a look at it. And let me know your opinion. What do you think happened? I'll take myself up out of here. So really quick, the guy there with the gray sweater, hoodie, and black hat there, he was also next to Santiago when this all happened. He was also escorted. And so you see Detective Kilgore there, the gentleman with the blue there, the bald head guy. He was speaking to him just before Hector Santiago is walking out with Detective Sergeant DiMatteo, DiMatteo, who also is a good guy and good police officer. From what I know of, also, he's always been a good dude. So again, I'm not trying to be anti-police here. I'm just giving it to you, and you guys, tell me what you think. So let me play it. Whoa. And then everybody comes out here. Watch how the guy from News 12 gets pushed. Get out of here. Let's watch that one more time. Janai, all in the mix. Boom. Jeez. Ah. Sorry, there's no sound. I'm going to give sound effects. Everybody comes rushing out. And Hector's on the floor. So I'm not sure. I mean, this, that's crazy. I mean, I like some Mike Tyson stuff, right? Like, I'm just going to go through it slowly here now. He's Detective Kilgore. I believe I'm saying his name correctly. I'm not sure. Kilgore, the gentleman here, the bald head officer, he's the guy that came up to me when they had the meeting at the Riverfront Library. And after I spoke, he comes up to me and says, hey, whenever you're ready, he goes, I'm not kicking you out because some people have reported that I was kicked out. He said, whenever you're ready, I'm not kicking you out. I want to, let me know. I want to walk you out. I said, okay, is everything okay? He said, yeah, just getting a little kind of crazy. I just want to make sure you're good. And so I appreciated that, right? So I thought that was a good gesture. And I was actually ready to leave at that point. So I walked out with him. And then someone did make a comment, right? So I guess, but that was a good thing. And from that point on, he's always, been friendly with me. And I always say hi to him. He's seemed like a good guy. And people have said that. Other people have said he's a good cop. So I'm not sure what happened here. He's talking to the individual with the black hat here. So let's go over it one more time. And it appears that Hector pushes off with the one arm that he had still mobile, right? And that leads the officer to kind of throw a jab. I don't know if he connected or looks like he kind of connects on his chin. Someone grabs Hector by the neck from behind, and you can see Hector's face. Check out his face. So, he's walking out, and then he walks over to Hector. I'm not sure what he was saying to him. So Hector pushes right there. Boom, he connects. And you see the guy with the black hat kind of trying to maybe help Hector there, get in the middle. So I'm not sure what happened here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So he just basically said, get off me, and then get punched. Yeah, he kind of shoves off a little bit, the officer, and then the officer kind of... Now, I was confused by this because I said, I'm trying to analyze this. The guy is a good cop from what I'm hearing, good guy, from what I'm hearing, from what I know of my experiences with him, I don't know if the punch, should have been thrown. Maybe it should have been handled differently, but I don't know. We can't hear what's going on. Also, he does kind of shove off. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on here. It seems a little strange. And so as I'm talking about it with individuals, I come to learn something interesting. Detective there, Kilgore, is dating currently, or has been dating for a while, Judge Karen Best. Judge Karen Best has an interesting story and how she became a city court judge because she was not initially, she wasn't supported by the party. She wasn't supported at all. They didn't want her to run. In fact, she was a write-in candidate. And I'm going to play a video here of her talking. And so, people have told me about the issue that she has had with the Yonkers Democratic Committee. Pretty much control the Democratic Party. And they wouldn't endorse her again. They didn't want her around. And she's dating this guy here. And this happened. So I don't know if this has any connection. I don't know, why they're releasing the video. They're trying to make this officer look bad, right? And then I start thinking about the Yonkers Democratic Party and all this stuff, and how maybe they are a little bit racist. And I'll get to that in a minute. But Officer Kilgore, yes, and Karen Best are dating. Karen Best has had issues here in the city of Yonkers with the Democratic Party. She became a judge, strong. She went anyway, ran anyway. And this is what I want people to understand. We're not out of this, folks. Just because the mayor will be maybe running again doesn't mean we're out. So I want to show you Judge Karen Best is. If you don't know, Judge Karen Best is a black woman. Black woman took on Tom Daley. Tom Daley. And Tom Daley is, well known. The Daley family is well established here in the city of Yonkers. And she won. And so they were going to, put Tom Daley in the seat that Ada Medina currently holds. But another gentleman kind of disrupted those plans. And I don't want to get out, too crazy, but that's a whole nother issue. Because again, Tom Daley is a part of, the friends and family. He's part of the circle, the inner circle. And so they didn't want her to win, a black woman. They wanted their boy Tom Daley. So much so that they were going to put him in the Medina spot. Ruros got the foil, yes. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Will, because one thing I find interesting, that Ruros always gets whatever he foils. Right? Like he said he foiled the video that he put out there of me, right? Interesting. Everything he foils, he gets. People have had trouble getting information when they foil it here in the city of Yonkers, but not Ruros. Not Ruros. But maybe when you have a relationship with Vinny Spano, it's easy. He guides you. Vinny Spano wanted me to foil some documents in regards to Anthony DiMaggio. And he was even telling me which documents to foil and who to email. So I wonder if that happened here, and that happens every time with Ruros. You know why? Yeah, I know why. They work together. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? They worked together and they were in collusion, or they colluded to do what they did to me. Absolutely. So, Judge Karen Best had a hard time, and I want to play a video here. So I'm wondering, are they trying to go after these individuals? And I don't want to make it about race, but the top individuals in the Democratic Party are actually Republicans, right? I don't care what anyone says. Many of the Democrats here in the city of Yonkers were once Republicans, like the mayor. And so I will go over some things here to show you that, right? He's a real Republican even still. Things that the mayor has done shows that he is a true Republican. He's not a Democrat, folks. All you Democrats out here who continue to vote for Mike Spano are voting for a Republican, essentially. And the Democratic Party, those at the top, like the chairman, Tom Meyer, is a Republican. Republican from the Amacone era, who is a Republican, Amacone. And they were so upset with Judge Karen Best running, and even more so that she won, that Tom Meyer filed a complaint against her. He filed a grievance with her. Why? Why did you do that, Tom Meyer? Why did you do that to a black woman? She fought hard. She was a write-in candidate. She beat all odds. That's what it's all about. And because you guys did not want her to run, let alone win, Tom Meyer, you would go and file a grievance with her, against her, or a complaint against her. Whatever became of that, Tom? Whatever became of that? Tom Meyer, again, is the chairman of the Democratic Committee. Truly a Republican. Also heads DPW, the commissioner. As you say, there's no audio here, and I would not dream of weighing in on what caused this. I will say that greedy politicians caused this. Greedy politicians who wanted to have more terms than is allowed, our president, and their strong-arm employees to voluntarily come out and grovel at their feet, just begging them to run again. Yeah, they did. And I'm glad you mentioned that also, Joan, because initially what I hear allegedly happened was that Hector Santiago yelled out, shut up and vote, or something to that effect, or be quiet and vote, or shut up and vote, because Tasha Diaz was just going on and on and on, yelling at people, calling people beggars, yet that was no problem, right? That wasn't an issue. No one said you were wrong, Tasha. No one tried and stop Tasha Diaz. No one blamed Tasha Diaz for ultimately what happened that night. No one. No one. They're putting the spotlight on this individual and Hector Santiago and trying to take away from the fact that the mayor, who says he's the Democrat, and the city council members who say they're Democrats, specifically Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, were committing an act that Republicans would be committing, and that is extending term limits. That's a Republican thing, folks, not a Democratic thing. So we have to think. I want you guys to understand this. So this is why I bring this up. Yes, I don't know exactly, what brought this on, but I just find it interesting that I'm learning that he is, has been dating Karen Best. Karen Best has had a problem with people here in the city of Yonkers when it comes to politics. She ran against Tom Daley. They didn't want her to win. They didn't want her to run the Democratic Party. They didn't endorse her. And when she won, they were so pissed off that the Democratic Committee, the Democratic Party here in the city of Yonkers, the chairman filed a complaint against her. Now, why would he do such a thing? This is here the numbers. I don't know if you can see that. If I get it larger. Karen Best here at the bottom. She got 29,337 votes to Tom Daley's total 20,108 votes. So she beat him by 9,200 votes or so. That pissed him off because Tom Daley is not supposed to lose. He had the machine behind him. And although he's a Republican, the Democratic Party and the Spanos wanted him to win. The mayor wanted Tom Daley, a Republican. So they wouldn't support Karen Best, the Democrat. And so this is why it's important that you guys who are Democrats understand who are the individuals that are truly controlling and operating within the Democratic Party here. Remember, John Rubio was a Republican. He went to the Donald Trump inauguration. I showed you pictures. Donald Trump inauguration. But he says he's a Democrat. Why do you think he was against the housing ordinance? Only Republicans would be against the housing ordinance. Why did the mayor veto a housing ordinance if he is a Democrat? Guys, you're voting for Republicans thinking you're voting for Democrats. You've been bamboozled, Yonkers Democrats, bamboozled. The Republicans run Yonkers. The Republicans run Yonkers. They hide themselves, mask themselves as Democrats, but they're not. So they wanted Tom Daley, who's a Republican, to win, to beat this black woman. They don't want no black woman in court. Look how they made Tasha Diaz look. They're going around telling people, if you don't vote for Mike Spano, then the blacks are going to take over. That's what I've been hearing now from multiple people. So Karen Best, she won. She won. Let me play this video here. Karen Best on the People Before Politics radio show.
One of the judges in Yonkers City Court is asking me to be his colleague. And I said, I'll do it. And I took the time, I found a place to live, to buy, and I moved up to Yonkers, and I said, this is it. I made the commitment. I want to do this. And I reached out to various members of the Democratic Party, and I was ignored.
So, say that again, please.
Not the Yonkers Democratic
Party. What she just said.
When I said why,
never then.
This is where I was going. So
I was ignored. So for me, and I tell everyone, what do you do when someone ignores you? Do you just turn around and walk away, or do you forge a path for yourself? And I was taught to forge a path for yourself. And that's what I'm doing. If you don't want to help me make a name for myself and get my name out there and let people know that I'm ready and I'm back in Yonkers to work, I will do it myself.
I just want to applaud you first and foremost.
So again, she said that she was ignored by the Yonkers Democratic Party. Why? Why did they ignore her? Yonkers City Court Judge write-in candidate Karen Best, write-in candidate. She still won. Beat Tom Daley, the Republican, the individual that the city of Yonkers administration, I'd say the Democratic Party, the mayor, all who say that Democrats wanted to win. I'm interested to know exactly what role the big guy that Detective Kilgore was speaking to in the hallway played in the initial outburst. That's a good question. Kilgore was clearly trying to calm him down, so he must have been involved. What happened initially was that, I don't know, some guy went to grab Hector. He went back. He was in an arm sling. So he intervened at that point also, which is why he himself was escorted as well. He was trying to kind of defend Hector then as well. And so that's why they got him out. So maybe he was hyped up because they, were grabbing Hector and he had one arm. I'm not sure. Bottom line is that win or loss in election, there will always be a Yonkers job for you. That's right. At the end of the day, oftentimes making it even more money. Jobs are added often after budgets are approved. Some are funded by the Board of Contract and Supply, or shall I say buried there. Interesting. And you're right about the jobs. They'll give people jobs here because if you're in the circle, you're in the circle. They're not going to let you just, fail, go out somewhere and lose, and then that's it, you're over. No, they're going to find a position for you. And that's why they were trying to get Tom Daley into another city court judge's seat until someone wanted to challenge him. And they needed to make sure that that other person who was going to challenge him would not win. So that's when they went and got Ada Medina. That's Zahi Jeris. He's very involved in judges' races, I should say. So that's what happened there with Tom Daley, right? Because Karen Best beat him. They didn't want her to run. It wasn't her turn. As they say here in Yonkers, you have to wait your turn. You're not next in line. So, you're going out of line. If you go out of line and you try to run because you feel like, listen, it's whoever the people want, they're going to come at you hard and they're going to do everything to try and destroy you. And that is why I'm saying, this video is interesting that's out here that they're putting it out. No audio. Doesn't look good for the officer, to me in my eyes, because, kind of look excessive. People are upset about it. They're upset with the officer about it, but we don't really know what happened. So no one should be jumping to conclusions, right? And the guy is a good guy and a good officer from what a lot of people are saying. People that would tell me whether or not he was, a good individual. Mikey putting his in-laws in another government job position, LOL. That's right. And recently, Mike Spano appointed a Calvi to do something with the I forgot what it was actually called. I have it there on the page with the historic something, historical buildings or some crap. And then somebody said that Mike Spano is making pointing a lot of these buildings as historic buildings or landmarks. Oh, that's right, with the landmark preservation. I think he was appointed to the board with these buildings because they're trying to keep mosques from opening up. So, there's been a group of Muslims, I guess, individuals who have been looking for a property to open up a mosque, and they have been, kind of stopped at every turn, by the city saying, well, that's a landmark, or we're going to make that, a landmark or whatever. You can't do that there because they basically essentially do not want mosque, this, Muslim community growing here in the city of Yonkers. This is something that they are trying to prevent actively, folks. And I'm not trying to make this about race. I'm not, because I care about everyone in this city, regardless of what color. But I have to put this information out there for people who, need to know this, want to know this, right? They're actively trying to keep a certain groups of individuals out. Again, I've been hearing that they're going around saying if Mike Spano is not elected, that the blacks are going to take over. And I don't know how true that is because the blacks are leaving at the highest rate from the city. They're getting pushed out all along Woodworth and Warburton as they do studios and other stuff there. And the rent, just continues to rise. And now they're trying to prevent Muslims from opening up a mosque here in the city of Yonkers. So, some of these people are individuals, may be racist. I just gotta say that. So let's take a look at Mike Spano and the Democratic Party. They are really Republicans. Really Republicans. And look at all this stuff. Many in Yonkers say Karen Best unfit for city court. So this is what they'll do. They'll attack you through these, pages of theirs. Again, this is something that I'm going through right now. There are unethical rules about how judicial candidates should campaign. She has done nothing but attack. Oh my God, look who's talking. And that's not what judicial candidates should be doing, Yonkers Democratic Chair Tom Myers said. So he files a grievance with her. And look who's talking. Detaiil Wallace. Anyone who lies should not be judged. We don't need instability on the bench. Detaiil Wallace, the Wallace Foundation. We don't need you making political comments, Detaiil. Go run your foundation. You don't even run that right. Putting political candidates on the bags of your foundation. Exploiting your traumas, your tragedies. She's the one that you can see walking in there in the video. She's always in the mix. One of the little minions. I wouldn't be surprised if you were part of that CPS calling because you've threatened other people with it before. That's right, Detaiil Wallace has threatened other individuals here in the city of Yonkers with calling CPS on them. I have seen the text messages. So maybe you were involved as well, Detaiil, because you're not a nice person. Always in the mix of things. Talking nonsense you don't know about. Mad that Rubo didn't give you a job or what? Did it bother you or no? There you can see her walking in here. That's the woman that supported another 4 more years. You can vote. You can vote, but I want to have my right to vote for Mike Spano because I'm hoping for a job one day. Look at her. Does not support her people at all. Sells her own people out. That's for a fact. So you're talking crap about another black woman. Should be ashamed of yourself. Anyone who lies should not be a judge. We don't need instability. They always try to play that instability, mental issues narrative all the time. At this point, it's old. It's old. And this is why I'm going to continue basement politics, and I'm going to continue showing you guys exactly what's happening here. You're not going to stop me with your fake CPS calls because they called again, folks. They called again. They said that I do heroin and that I sell heroin. Remember, they were setting it up. They put that picture of me. They photoshopped my face onto that, the pictures with the operation, whatever, heroin bust on Elm Street. They got some guy to say that I was selling bad heroin. And then they went and called CPS and said that I do heroin and that I sell heroin along with other stuff. These people are sick individuals, and God is going to deal with you one day. God is going to deal with you one day. And I pray, because I know that karma doesn't hit directly the people that do it. It does it to the people that they care about most. You better watch it. You better watch it, you fake CPS callers. So Mike Spano is really a Republican. He vetoed the housing ordinance. What Democrat vetoes a much-needed housing ordinance? Aren't you for the people? Mike Spano bringing in all these developments, these luxury developments that are pushing people out. That's not Democratic. That's Republican. In fact, the ideas of these luxury developments were from a Republican, his predecessor. Mike Spano is a Republican. 1,000%. Mike Spano has not done enough for the schools. A real Democrat would be concerned with the public education, would be concerned with education in general, and would be more for charter schools. But Mike Spano is a Republican, not a Democrat. Mike Spano appointed a Republican to be the Inspector General, Liam McLaughlin, after he lost to Mike Cater. And as Jones said there, they don't let people fall. They always have a safety net for them. And when they lose a campaign, an election, they find a job somewhere for them. And when Liam McLaughlin lost against Mike Cater for Yonkers City Council president in 2017, they found a job for him in the office of Inspector General. So far, his only real investigation has been Mike Cater, a Democrat, when his Democrat colleagues, the Yonkers City Council members who were there last year, threw him under the bus, a Democrat. because they are really Republicans. Mike Spano is really a Republican. Again, Republicans turn over term limits or overturn term limits, not Democrats. Remember Bloomberg? He was a Republican. And Spencer tried to overturn limits, but guess who stopped him? The Spanos. The Spanos would not allow Spencer to extend term limits. They went all out. They went all out. They got attorneys. They spent a lot of money. They started letting everybody know that this guy intended on extending term limits. They got him out. They got him out. So again, folks, I want those who are Democrats here in the city of Yonkers to understand that you guys are voting for a Republican, a real Republican. Why would he veto the housing ordinance? Why is he not looking to provide more jobs for people here in the city of Yonkers? Democrats are about equality. Where is the equality here in the city of Yonkers? Where is the equality in the jobs, the city jobs? Where is the equality in the quality of the schools? Where's the equality in the housing? Where's the equality in the developments that are going up? All we're seeing is luxury developments, not Republican. That's not Democratic at all. What's going on, Romary? How you doing? Despicable and disgusting, underhanded tactics to defend the status quo and oppose those who seek change. Really shameful. It is. It's disgusting that they would call CPS on me again, and they would suggest that I'm selling and using heroin, and again with child pornography and other stuff that they say. I don't know, guns. I don't even know. At this point, I'm like, I don't even know. And you know what's sad about that, and is that they're traumatizing my family. My kids essentially are being traumatized for real. And I'll get into that a little bit toward the end. I'll talk more about some of the details. You can't expect a Spano GED clan with brothers like Vinny making $160,000 a year. He's a Republican. Vinny Spano's a Republican. These guys were hoping for Republicans to win. He would tell me, right? With just a GED to care about public education. Freddy, but John Spencer wanted to do it by referendum, not by city council vote like this. No, I'm not saying anything negative about Spencer. What I'm saying is just that the Spano, that he wanted to do it, but the Spanos also stopped him, right? They didn't want it. They like tried to say, hey, no, that's not good. You can't, extend term limits, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they've done it themselves. And they've done it, using the city council, right? Stealing essentially our right to vote on it. And that's the point. I guess I was trying to make. The unstable game is indeed how they purge their ranks of dissenters. Today, I learned that IMA clinic in Hartsdale hit another city employee that speaks out against corruption in order from the Spano crime family. So again, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's why I'm not saying it's, this is fact, but what I'm saying is that it's a possibility based on the fact that I'm learning that the officer who was involved in that Hector Santiago incident is dating Karen Best, someone that was, went against the status quo, went against the Democratic Party, went against the administration, right? And she won, and they were pissed off. And so now are they looking to get this guy to go to the clinic, the police officer? Your girlfriend is a problem. We don't like her, right? We're going to mess with you guys, or we're going to do something, right? Who knows? Right? Who knows? And if it was another police officer, would they have released a video? Right? Just depends who you are, I guess. They are throwing the kitchen sink at you and the whole house. Who's storing the child porn to plant on people? These people are weird. Absolutely. Yes, they did stop him. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what they do. Child pornography, right? They say you're mentally unstable. You're aggressive, you're, dangerous, just to be a whisper that you hear. Oh, they come up, it's the same tactics, the same pattern, that they use for a lot of people. If you look back in, people that have been fired, like superintendents, principals, police officers, whoever, they've used these tactics, child pornography or some kind of pornography. But it's interesting that they have not said anything about the Ruros pornography that he had in his computer. In 2018, police report states that he had child pornography in his computer. It was describing what it was. It was very disgusting. But whatever became of that? Whatever happened there? Who was the little girl? Where did it come from? What was the, like, we need to find out. Like, does anyone not care about the victim in that video? And how did Ruros get this? Why does he have it? He said that somebody just sent it to him that he doesn't know. But is that true? Is that just a lie that he's saying? And now he is hired by the city of Yonkers to, do press stuff, go into the schools with the mayor. So he can film the mayor in the schools. So he can make himself look good so he can get voted again, the Republican that he is, right? So we have to, ask these questions. They know the wording necessary to send people on a wild goose chase that'll never end. They know the wording necessary to send people on a wild goose chase. What do you mean by that? They have the wording. That's right. But that's what they do, folks. And so I was thinking about this officer. When I saw that video, I found out that he's dating Karen Best. And I said, man, are they trying to get this guy jammed up? Karen Best, the black woman who won city court judge, Democrat, who fought hard, who was a write-in candidate. The Yonkers Democratic Party would not endorse her against Tom Daley, a Republican, who they wanted to win. Mike Spano and the Spano family wanted to win, but he lost, and they were pissed off. So Tom Meyer, the Democratic Party chair, filed a complaint against her. Then they write these articles about her, saying that she's unfit for city court judge. Unfit. And then they attack your family and they do all this disgusting stuff. And then they get their minions like Jenai Wallace, who screams at me at the Riverfest, I don't like you. I don't care. I can't even see you. Don't even see you. I'm looking right past you, Jenai. You're very rude and disgusting as you held everybody up because you think you're special and you can put your car wherever. And so she makes a comment about another black woman. Anyone who lies should not be a judge. We don't need instability on the bench. Black woman being attacked. Where are the black women stepping up, right, for her? The women on the city council, the black women who take so much pride in being for black women on the Yonkers City Council, the black majority, super majority who has not done anything for Democrats, for black people, for people in the city of Yonkers at all. Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, the black city council president, identity politics, got into office along with Vinnie Spano and Zahi Jerris and Wilson Kimball, of course, has done nothing for anyone except Mike Spano. The only legislation she's introduced is to extend term limits, a Republican thing. So is she a Republican also, hiding as a Democrat, or will she do anything to become a city court judge as well? Karen Best didn't have to sell her soul. She fought hard. She's my kind of people. I'm going to go in as a write-in. I don't care what you say. And she won because God was with her. And God is with us, people. Best believe God is with me as these individuals call CPS again. Again. But I think I know who did it. Because remember, I caught the person using that fake page, Sonia Sanchez. And Sonia Sanchez was threatening to call CPS, was encouraging people to call CPS. And then CPS was called. And they're accusing me of things that they have been trying to set up. Heroin dealer, heroin user. And then someone is commenting on my podcast, okay, you're not a heroin dealer anymore. What's some stupid stuff? These immature, nasty, disgusting attacks on anyone who speaks out. But it's obvious now. It's clear. And I'm documenting the pattern, documenting everything. Something's got to be done. I'm not going to go away. I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to keep making noise so someone listens. And I have been speaking to some people, and some people are listening. Not here in Yonkers, because you can't get anything done with anyone here in Yonkers. You think the Inspector General is going to go investigate anything? The Republican, Liam McLaughlin? No, because he is too close to the Spanos. Vinnie Spano, the Republican he is, said himself to me that Liam is his boy and he will always have his back. And so how can we get any justice here in the city of Yonkers if our elected officials are acting in this manner, if our Inspector General, Mr. Liam McLaughlin, will never investigate any one of them? Liam McLaughlin has a history of racism. His mom led the coalition to keep our schools and neighborhoods segregated. That's who Liam McLaughlin is. That's the offspring, a racist offspring. Yet and still, he is our respected general going after a minority might cater because he has a grudge, because the Spanos said so, and because he is a Republican and quite possibly a racist. And that's the individuals that run our Democratic Party and our politics here in Yonkers. They are truly Republicans. And now I'm not saying Republicans are racist. I'm just saying that our Yonkers Democratic individuals who run the party are Republicans and may well be racist. And the things that they're doing, to me, suggest that they are specifically targeting a certain group of people to be pushed out of this neighborhood. But it's nothing new to Liam McLaughlin, is what I'm saying. His mother led a coalition to keep blacks out of the East Side. You can watch the videos. They're still on YouTube. You can hear them. Low income and affordable housing means drug addictions, prostitution, gang violence. That's what they said automatically. And so these people are disgusting and they're low and they will do whatever and they have done whatever to my family. Again, they've called CPS. Very disgusting, but I think I know who the person was that did it the second time. I think you're caught. You're caught. You know who you are. Sonia Sanchez. That's very disgusting. It's not nice at all to call CPS. And so I'm telling the woman that's calling, that I'm talking to, and I'm talking to a woman from the state now, and I said, you know, I'm done letting you come to see me or my business or talk to my kids or anyone, because at this point, we are being traumatized for no reason. You have zero evidence. You don't even know who's calling. It's solely anonymous. They didn't even leave their name to them because they should be asking at least. They don't know anything. They have zero evidence, but you're going to come based on that to further terrorize and traumatize my family, my kids. And I can't allow that anymore. I can't, because this is obviously an attack that we're going through. I'm telling you what's happening. They know about the podcast. I don't even have to tell them. So they know who I am. And so they have enough information to go and start to look into these individuals. And so I made a big stink about it. I told the lady, I said, are you an advocate or are you not an advocate? And if you're an advocate, then you need to advocate for my family, because we are the ones being traumatized. We are the ones being abused. And so you need to protect us. 80% or more of CPS reports are false. So that means that CPS is traumatizing innocent families more so than they are protecting them. They are the abusers ultimately, because when they go and terrorize a family and turn their lives upside down, the kids remember that. And it happens multiple times. You know, that memory lasts and it doesn't go away. And that's not okay. That's not fair. And that is why we're going to push to assure that they move on the individuals who are calling falsely. We have the information. We know who they are. Go see them. Because I told the lady, you know, this could turn into a CPS war. Resources being wasted. And what's sad is that it's being done at the bequest of, or I should say, you know, at the request of elected officials, people who run the city, because they don't like what I'm saying on Basement Politics. But I'm not going to stop. I can't stop now. I definitely can't stop. It's not about political party now, because I don't believe in demonizing Republicans or Dems. No, I'm not trying to demonize. What I'm saying is that, you know, and I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I'm not. I'm saying is that they need to represent themselves correctly. They are Republicans. Their, you know, ideologies, their, you know, their way of, you know, doing whatever they do is Republican. They're just, you know, so the Democrats need to understand that. Right? They do things that are opposite of what Democrats would normally do, right? Traditionally do. That's dividing people in Yonkers. It's about motive. It's about right versus wrong and ethical behavior and stopping the nepotism and corruption and lack of independence. Good government in Yonkers should be about the good for all people. I agree 1,000%. I definitely agree. 1,000%. And I'm not trying to demonize Republicans. In fact, people call me a Republican based on some of the things that I say, right? And I don't believe in party either. But what I'm saying is that, they sell themselves as Democrats. And people do, whether, it's the right thing or not, we'll vote simply because a person is a Democrat. We'll vote for that person, right? So they need to understand that that person that you think is a Democrat is really a Republican. And so therefore, you should vote based on the individual and not what party they say they represent, right? That's what, I guess my point is, we need to expose who they really are. That's who they really are. In terms of Liam McLaughlin, I'm not saying that, he's a racist because he's a Democrat. I'm saying that his mom led a coalition to keep our schools and housing segregated. And some of the remarks that they made in a documentary or video, I think it was 60 Minutes or something, and, during that time, it sounds racist to me, right? And it's not because they're Republican. It's not because they're Republican at all. But they are Republicans. I'm just saying. They happen to be Republicans. Liam McLaughlin happens to be a Republican. Freddy Vazquez, a.k.a. equals Carlito Brigante. Was that from Carlito's Way? I don't know if I remember that. But anyway, folks, I'm Freddy Vazquez. What do you think about the Hector Santiago thing? What happened there, man? And are they trying to, ultimately throw this police officer under the bus? Right? Does it have anything to do with their dislike? Karen Best, a black woman who's a city court judge who ran despite the fact that the Yonkers Democratic Party and the status quo, the establishment, the administration did not want her to run, let alone win. They wanted Tom Daley, and she won as a write-in candidate anyway. And so the man she's been dating, Officer Kilgore here, was involved in the incident with Hector Santiago. And let's watch it one more time before I get up out of here. What happened? This here. I could just imagine he was screaming there. That guy right here one time came up behind me at the St. Patrick's Day parade, but I think it was him. Nah, maybe it wasn't him. But he's always with the mayor also. Young guy. How do you get that detail? You got to be well connected. Boom. Hector, what's going on? Hey, Hector Santiago, I would love to have you on. Actually, I saw you today, Hector, walking down Palisade over there in Getty Square. I came out the store to try to say something to you, but you were so far, I didn't want to go behind you. But get at me, man. Let's talk about this. What happened here? Did he connect? I don't know. Did he hit him? Or was this like one of those, LeBron James things? LeBron James flops. Let's see. Did he connect? Oh, boom. He may have. I can't see. Wow. Ah! Who grabbed him by the that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Everybody comes storming now. You see Corazon Pineda Isaac, councilwoman. Who's this guy here? He's a police officer, right? He's pushing the News 12 guy here. Look, boom, get out of here. There goes Jet 9, all in the mix. Woman, get out of here. Just short out. Don't get out of there before you get stomped on, trampled on. At one point, Vinny Spano comes out also to check out what's going on. You can tell he totally runs everything. Look how he runs. Everybody kind of looks to him. Does the city clerk run everything? The police and all that? You can tell he's the man there. That's the guy from the veterans thing. Who's this guy? Look. Somebody pick his hat up. There goes Yonkers Foodies. Who's this guy? He looks shot. There goes Vince Spano. There goes the Vinster. Leisure Suit Vinny. Gotta debrief the boss. Folks, again, GED. Folks, it's not about party. You're absolutely right. You got to vote for the right individual, the right candidate, the person that really wants to make Yonkers better for the majority of the people, because you're never going to make everyone happy. There goes Vinny. Here's what's he doing there. What I'm... Look. Touching his nose. Why are you touching his nose so damn much? Leisure Suit Vinny. That's right, folks. So it's not about that, but what I'm saying is that Mike Spano, Tom Myers, they are not Democrats. They're Republicans. That's what I'm saying. So if you're a Democrat and you're voting for individuals because they're Democrats, just know that. So make sure that you vote for the right person, not Mike Spano because he's a Democrat. You can vote for the Republican too. Just vote for the right person. And you need to come out and vote. Folks, all the 18 to 25-year-olds, 35-year-olds actually, 25-year-olds, make sure you're registered to vote. Hopefully things will work out, man, and some people get together and we could really start pumping out something out here, this message, man. Let's get it together, guys. I want to really do some stuff. Let's work. I realize it doesn't matter what party you're in. Oftentimes there are non-aggression pacts which shield candidates put up when they want an easy race, and both parties are always eager to comply. Also, in my opinion, 10 years is way too much for judges. Also, should not be given a pass and a given dual endorsement when their first terms are up. I agree. It should be rotated more often, right? This is public service, and more people. You should not be relying on being a city court judge, a Supreme Court judge, any elected official, politician as your career, and that's where you earn your money. I mean, Mike Spano's been in office since 1992. 1992. That's a long time. I mean, basically, politics is where he made all his money. And so this is his career. And so is he looking out for the best interest of the people, or is he looking out for the best interest of his career, as well as the career of his brothers over at Empire Strategic Planning? And by the way, folks, I heard that, I'm hearing that John Rubo, and I'll be talking about this a little bit more. John Rubo, hell no. And the individual that used to own the pizza shop next to his Yonkers Brewing Company, but doesn't own it no more, but does work for the city, both got loans to set their businesses up. They got these HUD loans. So he didn't put up as much money. It was the city of Yonkers or something like that that gave him a loan, and he didn't pay it back. He has not paid it back. And in fact, the Yonkers Brewing Company was in danger of closing. And then the building was bought out by AMS. And in order to curry favors from John Rubo, they gave him a new lease, a better lease, because the lease that the Yonkers Brewing Company had before, they could not afford. And so they changed their lease in favor of the tenant, which is usually not the case, right? You don't change your lease in favor of the tenant. You want more money. You don't want less money. And so they changed the lease. AMS Acquisitions, who are clients of Nick Spano, the mayor's brothers, Empire Strategic Planning, gave him a different lease to help keep them afloat, and didn't ask for the money back, the city. And they both work for the city, essentially. What a deal. What a deal. In fact, many of those businesses actually were in danger of closing, but they didn't want to let them fail. Restaurants like Zupa, where a lot of the political elite gather all the time. They do a lot of political events there. And they were given millions of dollars to stay in business. So I'm going to be talking more about that, talking about how the city even paid for a master lease back, millions of dollars just to help Zupa out. You know, they gave millions of dollars to, you know, XO and all these loans to these businesses that are owned by developers, right? So they help out the developer-owned businesses, but the small mom and pops get crapped on here in the city of Yonkers. It's always about the developers. That's the Mike Spano administration. They become corrupted. Limit judges to 4 years. They become corrupted. Yeah, that's the problem. Then they get stuck in this. They like what they're doing. They like the money, you know, the connections and all that. You know, they have to, you know, we got to check that. They're never going to want to let it go. They are all getting hooked up. Why would they want to leave? Of course they're going to extend term limits. They got 4 more years. They got to, you know, the money is in the approvals of these projects for them, right? Not in building the project. They don't care about that. They got to be in there so they can get money so they can approve them, right? Once they make their millions in all the approvals of these projects, you got the Ludlow, you got, you know, Woodworth, a lot of stuff in Warburton going on, Prospect, you know, Chicken Island, all this stuff still left that has to be, you know, all these permits and things like that and all other stuff that they're going to make their money on. That's what another 4 years is about. More money, more money, more money. Wow, Freddie, you got proof of these quick quote pros? Well, let's take a look. See, well, did they have proof of Mike Cater's quick quote pro? You know what they base it on? The Yonkers Tribune. The Yonkers Tribune was declared by a judge not to be a real journalist, a vlogger, right? Like me, I'm a vlogger. So I said it here. Now they watch it 1000%. Police have called me on things based on my podcast, you know, nothing against me, but they watch it. They react right away. So they know what's happening, right? So if I say it, you know, go investigate it, Liam. Yonkers City Council, you heard it here. There you go. Or somebody here, you heard it on my podcast, someone write a letter. You know, no diss to Ron Matten. I'm not throwing no jabs at you, Ron, but Ron Matten wrote the letter based off the Yonkers Tribune article, went to the council. They then requested an investigation from Liam McLaughlin, and he investigated Mike Cater's quick quote pro. So look at the lease. Did it change? Did they get a better lease, a new lease, and is it better? That's up to the Inspector General to investigate. Go get the copies of the leases, Liam. But he's not, because they're boys from the East Side. Republicans who love Donald Trump. No, I just mess with you. I don't want to make the Republicans mad. I'm just messing with you guys. But they're not. They're boys. Essentially, they're boys, right? So that's not going to happen. No one's, the city council, right? Our 4 Democratic black women are not going to do what they did to Mike Cater to John Rubo. They're not going to throw him under the bus. Tasha Diaz may threaten to kick his ass, but she's not going to throw him under the bus with Liam McLaughlin, right? But if you are watching or listening, Yonkers City Council members, I'm hearing that John Rubo got saved. He got a loan from the city, didn't pay it back. Then AMS bought the building, and to keep him in there, they gave him a better lease because they couldn't afford it. He's paying less money now. He's the chair of the real estate committee. He helped him AMS secure Chicken Island. Was that the deal? You give me a better lease, you help us stay in business, I'll make sure I vote your way. Remember, the ethics board here in the city of Yonkers said it was okay that John Rubo sit as the chair and vote on anything that comes before them. Remember, Dennis, the secretary of that board of ethics, is tied to the Committee for a Better Yonkers through Roseanne. Committee for a Better Yonkers, the political action committee funded by these developers, many who are clients of Nick Spano's Empire Strategic Planning. Are you following? I know it's crazy. It's all over the place, I know, but it's up to Liam. Ask Liam. Somebody write a letter. Ask Liam. How many insiders have nice waterfront apartments? Absolutely. How many? How many? A lot of them. Right? How many? A lot of them. And Brenton Bullock, how much money of your $93,000 are you kicking back to Tasha Diaz? That's just what I'm hearing. You guys want to call CPS on me? I'm not a low scumbag to call CPS back because I have information from sources, and I've had it for a while, which could say, hey, CPS, you guys maybe need to go check this family out. I'm just saying. So You're lucky I'm not a scumbag like that. I'm going to deal with it because I know I got nothing to hide. And at this point, you guys are going to fuck yourselves because you're doing too much. You're doing too much too soon. All right? And they know it. And so now I'm in contact with individuals at the state. We're bypassing Yonkers and the county. And we're going to put a stop to this. There needs to be a system in place for scumbags who use CPS to attack innocent families. You should be concerned, scumbags. You should be concerned. Your time is done, and I'm not going to stop. You're not going to stop me. Nasty. So I hope that they go and, investigate John Rubo, FBI, up and ride. If you're listening, you should go investigate John Rubo because he's got some stuff there that you should know. And it's a little corruption, in my opinion. CPS Child Corruption Services. That's right. Jill Sigler, I did call you. I left a message. She is the director, some shit like that. Director of the DSS. I called you. I left you a message. They're all on vacation. These people barely work. That's why they love these jobs. These elected officials, the DAs, they're all on vacation. They're all on vacation while people over here getting CPS cases. CPS, you should be ashamed of yourselves because I have evidence, right? And I'm talking about the Yonkers CPS because they have better. You guys should be ashamed of yourself because I have evidence and you guys don't want to hear nothing about that. You prefer to investigate anonymous individuals who are just saying whatever with zero. Look, it's crazy because if I went to the police right now, I would need evidence for them to do any kind of investigation. They are not just going to investigate because I say, hey, this is happening. I would need evidence. But CPS will traumatize a family, children, every single time some anonymous person picks up a phone and says some outlandish, outrageous thing. And by this point, Jill Sigler, you know me, you guys know me, Freddy Vazquez, Basement Politics, you know why they're attacking me. You know this is political. You know this is disgusting. You guys are not doing your job. You're failing my children. CPS, you are failing my children like you have so many other children. That's all I got to say. You fail so many families, CPS. Shame to yourselves. You're not advocates. You're not advocates. It's all about money. Let's keep the case low. Like one case manager said, we got to keep at least 10 or they're going to get mad at us. No, you should want to have no caseload. You should want to have no kids, but you got to find a case, right? So this is what they do. They have to find cases in order to keep their jobs. So they'll find somebody, say, oh yeah, this is something here just to add an extra case because I'm only 9. I need to get 10, right? So this is bad. This is horrible. It's horrible, 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 horrible. They all friends protecting each other. CPS, family court, corrupted lawyers, 1000%. And look, folks, if you had a false CPS report, let me know. Reach out to me. Let's do a whole campaign. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be going to CPS. I'm going to be asking them live, hey, guys, why aren't you doing anything about the false reporting? It's 80% or more. Why do you guys not have a system, a department, a division, people that actively look at this, right? People that say, hey, this looks like it could be false. Maybe we still have to investigate you guys, but we're going to also investigate the individuals who are called, okay? Simultaneously. That will deter people from doing it, but they know you're never going to go after them. They know that. So they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. And they don't care because they want the calls. The calls mean money. The calls justify the funding, right? It justifies the money that they request in their budgets and all that from state, from federal. It's all about money. That's what the fourth term is also about. So it's time that we vote different. I'm Freddy Vazquez. I'm not going anywhere. You can continue to call CPS all you want. But one day you will have to deal or face, your maker. You're going to have to answer to the fact that you called CPS falsely on people, and how do you wake up and look at yourself in the mirror? How? Look at yourself and say, I falsely call CPS on people. I call CPS on people because I'm mad and I can't show my face to those people and tell them how I feel. So I call CPS. And you hang out with a bunch of evil people while you do that, right? But something's going to happen to you because you did that. I'm just telling you how life works. Just telling you how life works. These people don't respect the laws and the constitutional rights of the people. No, they don't respect anything. They don't respect anything but money. Money, 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 money. That's it. That's it. So there you have it, folks. I'm Freddy Vazquez. I'm up out of here. I hope that you fake CPS callers get something that you think is worth it. Family court judges need to be investigated for violation of people's constitutional rights. Absolutely, they do. Wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror. Think to yourself, I called CPS on somebody falsely because I'm a low scumbag piece of ish. That's who I am. That's what you guys say. Look at yourself in the mirror and say that, all right? Don't forget to do that tomorrow morning. Because that's who you are. That's exactly who you are. Money is their God. When they see their real God, they're gonna be disappointed. I promise you that. I'm Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Folks, I am only telling you what's truly happening in the city of Yonkers, and I only speak about our elected officials. I am here for the people of the city of Yonkers. So whoever's out there making fake pages, I know who's reporting CPS. You guys, stop it. Stop it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here. I'm not the one. I don't care what you say, what name you try to call me, what you text me saying, what picture you put up of me or my wife. I don't care. I don't care. It's not going to stop. It's not. I'm here to stay. I'm Freddy Vazquez. Where's my Somebody texted me. I got 3 text messages today, like within a minute of each other. Hi, Fredito. You guys are a bunch of losers, man. I'm telling you, I would never do this. I just don't have the time. Fredo, you need to stop victimizing little children. Not on, like, this is what they're texting me. Not only is it a sin and a crime, it's a lifetime scar. Okay, well, what you're doing is a crime and a lifetime scar. Traumatizing to the fullest. People like you shouldn't be around kids, yet they allow you to operate a daycare. Sad. But who are you? Who are you? Show your face. Call me. Let's talk. But you won't do that. So again, all this is for nothing. Because at this point, you'll be like, okay, well, obviously, this is people attacking. Then no one's showing their face. None of my accusers, they're not showing any evidence, anything. It's just all accusations. And then they're texting them from a bunch of numbers. They're commenting from a bunch of fake pages. I mean, I guess, GED people, I guess, like, I'm not trying to be like that, but I don't think they even have a GED. I think they just are just that real stupid. I mean, you guys are going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. I'm telling you. Somehow, somewhere, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Guarantee you that. Guarantee. And you're not very smart. Right? You're not very smart. So I put all eyes are on your operation. Because I text back. Whatever, let's go. We text. Your threats and terrorizing won't stop the truth from coming out. You are putting too much energy into one person. It's not me that should concern you. It's those investigating you all. And, I know that for a fact. So, and then they comment later. We all know about you, Freddie, and what you did to the poor kids with your sham recording studio is a disgrace. Okay, I don't even know. I had a recording studio, yeah, but I don't even know. I never had kids in there. I don't know. These people, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, this is the stuff that, then they accuse my wife of having, now my wife is having an affair now. So there's some other number texting me saying my wife is having an affair, gross or some like, this is unbelievable, Yonkers, what these people are doing. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable what these people are doing, yo. So yeah, these are the text messages that I'm getting here and stuff like that. So just want to let you know about it. I'm always going to share that stuff, share what's happening, the fake CPS calls every time I get them, you know, the prank calls, the messages on, you know, the Facebook comments and all that. I'm going to keep sharing. You know, I got, you know, because I want to expose these people. I want to really shame these people, right? We need to shame these people. When we catch them, we need to put them on blast and shame them. Shame on you. Look at what you're doing. You are a grown adult. And because you're scared that you may lose your job because you are so dependent, because you lack the necessary talent to be able to do it on your own in life, that this is where you stoop so low. But someone with your abilities, or lack of, I should say, would stoop this low. And so it makes sense. Don't let the fake puppets stop you. No, I'm not going to let them stop. Power on for the people. That's it. I just want to keep letting you know what they're doing, what they're texting. I want to put it out there, you know, to let you know. And I want to show all these agencies, right, whether the police department, CPS, whoever, you know, what's going on. Because I know you guys watch. You guys, you know, watch, definitely. I mean, you've responded to things from my podcast, so you definitely watch. I've gotten calls because of things I said on my podcast. You definitely are watching. I've gotten attacks right away because of things on my podcast. You're definitely watching. So you should know what's going on and what is happening here in Yonkers and how bad it gets if you try to challenge the current administration. It's sad. It's very, very sad, you know. And look, I kept it, you know, chill. I've never even mentioned the incest. You guys know about the incest? Who knows about the incest? Raise your hand if you know about the incest. I didn't even mention the incest and the priest who got paid. And you guys want to go call CPS. I never mentioned about your incest. That's some kind of illegal. Is that illegal in New York? Is it illegal in New York to commit incest? Is it illegal in New York to marry your own cousin? I mean, your first cousin? I mean, they got to pay the priest to make it happen? Is that nasty or what? And so they mad at me. I never mentioned these things until you guys wanted to get disgusting. Incest, cousins, and then they have kids, and then they all get jobs with the city. And so, you know what they say about incest. No! Uy, ¿qué? Qué sucio. Qué sucio. Qué sucio. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Eso es sucio. Los primos se casaron y después tuvo un niño y ahora los niños están trabajando con la ciudad. ¿Qué coño? Esta gente. Un puerco. Pendejo. Pendejo. That's what I was being called by Sonia Sanchez, a pendejo. But she didn't show her face. But you know what I got to say to that, Sonia? Estúpida. Estúpida. Porque yo sé que eres tú con ese fake page. How you say that in Spanish? I'm Freddy Vazquez. I am up out of here. You want real change? Y'all guys want jobs. You want to see Yonkers better. You want to see the rents go down. You're going to have to trust me. Just a little bit of trust, folks. A little bit of trust and support. And I'll take us to the promised land. I guarantee you that. Here comes another CPS report. Oh my God, I got me another one. It's going to be number 3 now. What the hell? Might as well make it 10. Keep calling. This time, can you please say that I also use cocaine? I want to be cool like you guys, all right? Not just heroin. Tell them cocaine also, okay? Because I want to be down with you guys, all right? And tell them that I got it from City Hall. I am a heroin dealer. I sell to everyone at City Hall. They are my only and best clients.
fatality.
Oh, you guys are silly.
No!